If, like me, you are wondering whether Risky Chronicles and the Curse of Destiny was worth picking up for just under £10, $10, then I'd definitely stick with me until the end of this video because there's certain things you need to know. First off, it's definitely got that retro feeling about it. It's definitely got that blast from the past effect to it. And thus, I really went into this game with a good feeling about it. To start with, if you're here for a deep, meaningful story, you're not going to get one. As basic as you can get, you are risky and you just go from location to location doing your shit. Along the way, and to help dispatch and move around, you get a jump, you get to use a knife, a gun with limited ammo, and a bomb. And what actually sounded like a really cool idea, you get to use each individual weapon and gadget to disperse different types of enemies, which does actually sound really cool. Oh, did I mention you can climb up ladders as well? Well, you can. Interestingly enough, you can set how many lives you want, well, to a limit. You can make it slightly harder, less lives, kind of like the normal stage, 6 lives, and make it even easier with 9 lives, depending on your level. Unfortunately, that is kind of where things start stumbling. You see, whilst you're actually playing it, you kind of notice that the areas are kind of sparse and a little boring. And then how slow your character climbs up ladders. In fact, he's kind of slow anyway, full stop. And it's kind of annoying because now and again the collision detection is way too sensitive, or it just doesn't feel right. And for me, this really annoyed me pretty well all the way through the places that I played, because I didn't complete this game, mainly because it really annoyed me. I will say I didn't find this game fun. There just wasn't enough happening. The actual creatures and enemies just had their set pattern like I've seen before, but everything else was just sparse. And then there were bits where you had to like duck to go under things, and it was really difficult to duck with the controls and go under things instantly. And after using all my lives up and being reset back to the beginning of the level, I, after a while, got really annoyed with this. And it wouldn't have been so bad if every single time my character died it was my own fault, but it wasn't. And that's not to mention the traps that you can't see that suddenly appear and you have very little time to react. Yes, okay, so that could be quite cool, but it just didn't feel like it because the controls weren't there. Graphically, it kind of looked okay, but very sparse, and there wasn't really much happening in the levels that I played. And again, this kind of made me not want to continue playing because it was just a little bit boring. There wasn't really much happening. As for the sound, again, the same deaf sound for my character as well as the actual enemies was a bit lackluster. Just felt really lazy, and then the music was annoying, so that was turned down. And hey, you can't even just press a button and have the sound turn all the way down. You have to keep pressing the sound button for it to go down. Whose idea was that? And talking about bad ideas, here's a good idea. Why not hit those like and subscribe buttons and join the Switchheads family? On paper, apart from the story, this actually kind of looked and sounded quite cool. Unfortunately, the execution of the game and the feel that it was put together very lazily, and for me even the price of the game seemed a bit excessive. I would have put this as $3.99, $4.99 maximum. And then I probably would have said, be cautious. To a game that I thought I was going into a cool, retro Indiana Jones type game, it just felt really awkward to play and a bit lackluster. And for that, I'm going to be giving Risky Chronicles a 3 out of 10. It just really felt like it needed more doing to it and was just not as much fun as I thought it would be. If you've got any thoughts about Risky Chronicles, do leave them down in the comments. Discord is down below as well, because life is better when we game.